Hi students, it's Dr. Cohen here. I am going to be going over some information with regards to how to read a journal article. By now you should have read the handout that's available on Folio in the folder called How to Read and Understand a Social Science Journal Article. And I'm just going to give you a few tips as you're going through the process. So, first of all, what I'm going to do is talk section by section a little bit about what you can use each of the different sections for. So let's start with the abstract. The abstract just gives you a summary of the article and the findings from the research that was in the article. It's a good place to start to get a sense of whether or not this particular article is going to help you to answer your research question. The next thing is the introduction. Helpful to read the introduction also to kind of get a sense of how this particular article sets with regards to other research that's already been done. The literature review, one of the things that's really important about the literature review is to never draw information from the literature review and put it in your paper. Basically, what the literature review is doing is what I've asked you to do for your paper. So you don't want to use the literature. It's a summary of other people's literature written by the author. So you don't ever want to pull from the literature review and put that information into your paper. And I recognize that that is something that you might want to do. It's right at the beginning. There's lots of really good information. What I would say is if you don't have a whole lot of information about your topic and you want to read the literature review, if there's information in there that you think is interesting, go and look up the authors that are cited in the literature review in the back of the bibliography, and then find those original articles, and then you can use those as sources. So as you're starting out and you're looking for additional sources on your topic, the literature review can be a good place to look for those. But this is, though that information is not information from the research that the article is writing on. So you don't want to pull from there for the paper. The paper is about what did these particular researchers find out in their research. Okay. So the methods and data section just tells you how they found the information. You might find that interesting, you might not. It's also not an area where you're going to want to draw information from for your paper, but you can certainly read it. The results section, my experience with the results section is it tends to be pretty detailed information about the findings. Some of the language can be a little challenging, especially with regards to things like the statistical analyses. This is telling you in a very broad way in a very precise way what they found out. And there may be some things from there that you can pull to put in your paper. The best place to look for information to pull for your paper is in the discussions and conclusions section. What that does is it tells you that these people went and did this research, and through that process of doing this research, they found out these things. So, if you're going to cite for your paper, the best place to look in a journal article for information is in the discussion and conclusion section. You may also find some things in the results section, but the best place to look is discussion and conclusion. So just to finish out, when you pick up a journal article or you download it and you're looking at it, start with the abstract. Does it contribute anything that's going to be helpful to my paper? You can read the literature section if you're looking for additional literature that you might access for the paper. But the information that you're going to draw from in order to write your paper in a journal article, the information is primarily in the discussion section where they are talking about the findings from their very specific research. I hope this is helpful to you, and hopefully this will expand a little bit on the reading that you just completed. Thanks.